working here as a petit engineer in Center of Excellence in IP. And today is my topic of presentation, benefits of patents to MSMEs and startups. And I'm showing some basically two success stories about we always say, I'll title very generalistic, we always get to listen at home when we were kids. See, follow this, that person, that children is doing so good in the exam, see, he's performing so well, now he's a doctor. We have always been given the examples about to, become something. So, here the success story is about, to sensitize you, to understand you the importance of IPR and importance of patents. Can you go to the next slide? Okay, the outline of my presentation is about who we are, actually what Center of Excellence is, about types of IPR, strategy of an organization while dealing with IPR, MeitY's key to support international patent filing, MSMEs and startups criteria, and success story. So please go to the next slide. Okay, who we are. Basically, with the support of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, C-DAC is having two centers. One is in Delhi, New Delhi Electronics Niketan, and another is in C-DAC Pune. We provide basically free of cost free services, patent search, invention analysis, and IPR query. And apart from that, we also provide patent alert service for 4 categories of ICT area. So you can go to our website and register there and get these services free of cost. Apart from that, the main the tangible output that we have till now is we have completed 4,000 prior art searches to individuals, SMEs, startups, academia. So these are the kind of services that we have, and we presently have more than approximately 5,000 users on our website. So this is all about Center of Excellence in IP where I work. We'll go to the next slide. Okay, types of IPR. Everybody here has talked about patents a lot, so I don't think I should go and focus on the patents aspect. I should go to the other types of IPR which is useful, and at times being less awareness on the subject from our society, and on the IPR we ignore these factors also. Like copyright. Most of the companies what they do is they most of the time do some designing, product designing, anything So they design anything and they took a product. And the design, let's say I go to some external person, because I'm a small company, I'm not involved in doing designing and all this, I don't have a big team. I hire something, design a product brochure for me. I'll go, the person will design, I will say, okay, I'll use it. Okay, I'll now come to my second product. I'll say, so I have a design of it, let me use it and just cut and paste some other product details and let me use the same design. But I'm not sure about, I'm not sensitized about can I use that design again or not. So it is for your information, if you go for any designing, something like that from an external hirer, make sure, have you signed any contract with that? So can you use that design again or, because in these days, everything is so professional system is there, the person who is doing a designing, it's his job. He may not allow you to use that same design again and again without the permission. So you have to be very cautious about these are small things and people don't bother about it. So this is one aspect. One aspect is other thing. We should be aware of. We should copyright all these product brochures and our softwares, our product manuals. So these things can be copyrighted. Trademarks. Everybody, yes, goods, any product or service or the company name can be protected as a trademark. Designs. Any design that we are doing, we can protect this as a design in the design patent. In India, we have design registered design, not design patent term. It is in US. We also have for PCB designing, layout design, we have a semiconductor integrated circuit layout design registry. Earlier it was with Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, but after the National IPR policy, it has been, since the nodal ministry is DIPP, it has been actually transferred to DIPP. So apart from this trade secret, which is not very much recognized in India, but trade secrets are important to extent we should, because small companies don't understand, even a single client matters to them a lot. Small information matters to them a lot. Secrecy matters for them a lot. I've personally seen some person, copying their official softwares and then using it for their personal extent. This should be aware of, these are small things, but really matters for a company to understand. Let's say, if I'm having a design, I have made a circuitry and I know for a range, let's say 1 to 2 volt, it works really well. But let's say at 1.5 volt, it gives a maximum performance. But I cannot tell it to everybody. This is my key parameter. So I have to be very much conscious about the key information. It cannot be shared like that. It has to be shared with a very process driven and in a very smart manner. Can you go to the next slide? Okay. So these are very small points which I understand should be very important. Do not publish before you file, which most of I have seen in our CPIT scheme people do that, and at times they are not aware of. People, when they work with some other organization, research organization, they work somewhere, their data has been published and they have filed the patent, they are not aware of it. They come to us and say, oh, where we are. They say, we are not even aware of this has been published. So we have to be very cautious. Also, if you wanted to share something and you feel like it is really important to disclose that maybe with regard to the clients and something, you first file at least the provisional to that extent so that you are at least secure to a point and you have 12 months of time to file the complete specification. As I already mentioned, company must ensure the security of data and software, sign agreement with employees. Small companies, any research they do is matters a lot. And let's say the person get a good salary and he changed the company. What about your IPR that you have done? What about the intellectual property that you have generated during that period? So must sign agreement. So any IP that is generated during that period should be with the company. Or you, since you are a small company, you can go for any incentivized scheme. It's up to you. So, but you should have some kind of system in place to deal with these situations. Can you go to the next slide? So this is the scheme that we have. The main issue with, we all know in India, the filing from the Indian applicant as such is not so good. If we let's say have approximately 40,000 plus of numbers all over the annually, but if we talk about Indian applicants, we have around 6,000 to 7,000. I'm not exactly sure of the data right now, but yes, within this range. So you can see the Indian applicants, and also out of that, if we talk about ICT, the number is I guess 2 or 3%. I'm not very much sure of that. So one reason for any area is we don't have that much of finance to support us. So this is a scheme here in place which will help all the MSMEs and startups to file their patents internationally and to maintain their competitive edge in the global market. So this scheme, can you just go to the next slide? Yeah. The objective of this scheme is to support micro, small, medium enterprises, and it provides you the 50% of expense of the total filing or 15 lakhs of maximum. So for one invention, we are getting 15 lakhs is a big amount. So it's really important in that aspect. You should leverage this scheme and disseminate. If you know somebody who's interested, he's a startup. There's so many members who are entrepreneurs these days, and they're striving a lot. You can please share with them. This is very useful. But the main key of this scheme is this is for ICT area only. Next slide. Okay. So these are the important parameters. The scheme is its inception is in 2014 till 2019 for 60 months, and it is for SME startups, any software technology parks, the company which are fulfilling the MSME Act criteria. And the outcome is we have to support 200 ICT patent application by 2019. So we have a big numbers here to support. And all the applications that you have to submit is online, and every process is quite transparent, and we are very active. We have a very active team to handle this thing. Other important features of this scheme is online. I've already told you. There's one important point is applicant can be an enterprise or individual. We all know. Let's say we all know in Indian Patent Office even if we being an individual, if we file, the cost is, let's say if it is X, and if we file as an applicant, the cost becomes 4X. So it is very important, most of the SMEs and startups, small companies, what they do, they file as an individual. And in that case, earlier when we have CPIT 1 scheme in place, we were not able to support them because of since we have said we only can support the applicant as in a company. So in this time, what we have taken care of, if the person has filed, let's say in his or her name, he or she should be the board of director or the top level management of the company. In that case, he can apply in the scheme, and later on, once he will be approved in the scheme for the reimbursement, he can transfer or basically assign from the individual to the patent to the company's name. So he'll be secured for finances also, and that concern will be definitely taken care of. Okay. And for a single applicant, applicant can give 5 applications per year. Basically in 1 year he can get a support of 5 applications. Can you move to the next slide? Okay, eligibility criteria. The eligibility criteria is it should be either registered as a MSM in the MSME Development Act 2006, which is updated from time to time. It should be either registered in the Company Act from 2013, but it should have the limits. It should, the investments in the limits in plant and machinery should be as per the MSME Development Act. This I will tell in the end what exactly the value should be. Either it should be a software technology park, registered as a software technology park, registered as basically in a technology incubation park, but the plant and machinery criteria should be as per the MSME Development Act. So what is plant and machinery criteria? So whatever the investments in the plant and machinery for a micro, I am talking about there are 2 parts, manufacturing, service. I am first talking about manufacturing part. In the manufacturing, all the plants and machinery investment for a micro company is, it should be not more than 25 lakhs. For small industries, it should be from 25 to 5 crores, and for medium size, it should be 5 to 10 crores. It should not go beyond that. So this is the plant and machinery criteria for manufacturing related company. For service related company, the criteria for plant and machinery is, it should not, for the micro companies, it should be less than 10 lakhs. For small, it should be within the range of 10 to 2 crores, and for medium, it should not go beyond 5 crores, from 2 crores to 5 crores. So this is very important for MSME criteria. Next slide, please. So what is the outcome of this scheme? At present, as Dr. Girl told in the morning, we have right now supported 15 applications, 5 from startups, 2 incubatees, and 9 from MSMEs. And as of now, the claims which we have disbursed with 1.93 lakhs. Next slide. Okay. As I told you, the scheme is available online on ICT-IPR/CPIT link. You can, all the brochures, everything is available there. So you just have to register yourself and you log in there and you can submit. No paperwork has to be done. Everything is online. And we have a very good team at the back to support this. And you can submit multiple applications by a single user, and that can be also done. Next slide. Okay, this is the success story I'm talking about. This is a person who is based in Assam, and his name is Uddhav Barali. This man has 39 patents, and his invention is about pomegranate de-seeder. We all know, even when we do pomegranate de-seeding at home, it becomes a task. Even I personally prefer to avoid eating pomegranate at times just because of this factor. It takes lots of energy of yours to do it. So he has developed a machine. It's a very good. If you just type this about him in the YouTube and see, it's a very good machine. It de-seeds the pomegranate and its outer cover and the inner layers so cleanly, so you can't even imagine that. So that is the main invention is. He has all over 39 patents, but for this particular pomegranate de-seeder, he has these 2 patents in India, and he got a very good response on this. If you see the output, it can do approximately 55 kilograms of pomegranate de-seeding per hour. See the kind of machining. He got a very good award. Yesterday I was talking to NASA. He got from NASA in the US by NASA. I checked it on, it's a BBC link. So I thought it is not that. Yeah, he got the prize from there itself in 2012. Can you go to the next slide? So he's a very good, it's on a commercial scale now, and he imported, the machine is imported in USA, even Turkey also. So see, it's not like the people are from India, core who are based in India are not doing. They are doing, the efforts are there. People are understanding the value of patents. So next, there's one more story about Chintala Venkata Reddy. It is related to soil management system. He has developed a technique for improving the crop yields. And similarly, he also filed, the outcome was like that because of his novel technique, he was able to give the outcome of 30 to 32 tons of grapes per acre compared to the other competitors, which they were using pesticides and other, organic manures like that, and they were not able. They were only able to 20 to 25 tons per acre. So you can see the tangible output. Next slide, please. Next, last.
Before this,
So he also got some, award in Mahindra Samriddhi Indian Agri 2012, and he has filed all these patents first in India, and apart from that, he has filed in Europe, Germany, Canada, China, and Germany. And all of these, in fact, we have checked also European patents also granted. He has not further exploited it, but he has tried. He has followed all the strategy. He filed the PCT, and after that. So this is the people are following, and they are getting benefit out of this. This is not only in papers. People are still in India. People are now quite active. This is my point. Is all you have to put some effort somewhere, directly or indirectly around us to make this sensitivity. Yes, IPR is important to all of us. Thank you so much. In the end, I would also like to thank Gio, who is doing the hand holding in the presentation. Even connected to email all the time. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to Dr. Gar, who always be there, who is always a teacher, who scold you and guide you, protects you, and thank you so much for him to be there always in any